Hey, we're back with Mr. Larry Rawlings, councilman in the city of Covington.
Yes, sir.
And what are we talking about? Call me Steve.
We are talking about our 7th Covington Business Workshop. It's a free event.
Okay.
This is our 7th. When I was elected in 2011, as a business owner in the city, I wanted to give back to
What
the
business do you own?
LA Logos and Promos in
All right,
Covington, 18 years now,
Okay.
strong. But that being said, I wanted to bring some resources to the business community in the city of Covington to make them stronger. Obviously, a strong business climate in any city makes the city stronger. So that being said, this is our 7th. It's a free workshop. Obviously, we all know that the changing workplace, that's the title of this, this workshop. The changing workplace. We know with employees, social media, we want to retain our employees. So this is going to be a great workshop. We have a lot going on here.
And it's free.
It is free, open to the public. You
Where?
can go on our, it's going to be at the Bogafalaya Hall, right there by the Greater Covington Center. That's where City Hall is, on September 21st.
Which is a Thursday.
Yep, 8:30 a.m. is registration. We're going to get started. Pat Brister is going to be there helping us out to open everything up. Also, we have a labor attorney, Michael Bush, is going to be there to talk about some legal issues with employees, what we should know, what our rights are as business owners, managers, etc. We'll also have the SBDC at Southeastern involved in this.
What does that stand for?
That is the Small Business Development Center out of Southeastern. They're very helpful on this. Actually, the link on our Covington website will go directly to register you. It is a free event. We're hoping to get at least 50 to 100 people there. Our last one, we had almost 100 people. And human resources, this is just great for management, any sales staff, any office managers, things like that, business owners, of course. So we want them to get some tips out of this resource development workshop that can help them improve their workplace.
Okay. How'd this come about? Was this your brainchild?
Well, I'll tell you, it was in 2011. It was my first run for public office, and as I was a business owner in the city limits of Covington, that I wanted, if elected, I wanted to go ahead and bring something back to the business community. And I chaired the Economic Development Committee for the city, and basically it came back, you know what, let's bring some resources to our business community to make them stronger. And this is our 7th one, and I'm proud to say that.
I tell you what, the city of Covington does a lot with the arts and a lot with businesses all the time.
Things are rolling in Covington.
Yeah, you got Mardi Gras rolling.
Exactly. Yeah, I'll be back for that one. You know that.
You will be.
But they really have a lot going on in Covington. It's a great community. Our streets look great. Our sidewalks look great. We have a lot of things that the
North Shore
trailhead.
is great.
The North Shore is great.
God's
That's exactly.
country.
You have to come to the North Shore.
You do. All right, so tell us, have you had participants come back year after year, and what response do you get?
As far as the workshops?
Yes.
Yes. We do have people that come back for every workshop because, as a small business owner, it's hard to get out of your office.
Yeah.
And you don't have, like big corporations, they'll have a legal team there, they'll have human resources directors. Sometimes as a small business owner, you're the sales manager, you're the office manager, you're everything. And truly, that's the bulk of the participants as far as to come see what we have to show them. They coming out for that because it's hard to wear all the hats, and they just want to hear what's going on in the workplace because usually you can relate to really what's happening out there. And I think it's a changing workplace right now.
Because they might say, well, I'm experiencing this problem, and Larry's experiencing the same thing. I can't believe it.
Exactly, that's exactly right. And social media, it plays a gigantic part in running our businesses nowadays. But also it plays a gigantic part of the negativity as far as things that happen on Facebook, some of the negativity on that, but also your employees may be on their phones a lot. How do you handle that? We want to retain our employees. We don't want to lose our employees. So we want to try to have that communication. Is there a communication gap? That's what we're going to talk about in this workshop. So I think it's a great opportunity. You can go to the website, covla.com, go to events. The link's right there. You want to register. It's a free event.
Now, if you want to just show up at the door, will you take them?
Absolutely.
How many can we seat?
I would say we could probably seat like around 120.
Okay.
So our goal is to have that between 50 and 100. You just never know. A lot of people are on vacation, etc. It's hard. There's not ever a great time to have any event because people are all tied up doing other things. So we want a great turnout.
What is the main thing that businesses ask you about? What's their main concern?
Well, I mean, I think most of the time it's how can they grow their business, and I think through our employees, and if we're going to shift toward not necessarily making sales, but to shift, how can we retain those employees to make them better employees, and how is that communication? Because that's where your customer service is. So again, customers like great customer service. So we want to have the right people in place. How can we retain them? What are some legal rights on their end, but also on the business owner end or the management end? So that's what we're trying to just make it better, make a better workplace.
Because I know a lot of these companies, when you call them, they'll ask you, stay on the line, we're going to have a survey, how was the customer experience? And one question I've gotten is, would you hire the person who you just talked to? Answer yes or no. And I'm sure that goes back, businesses are doing it, restaurants, because they want to know the feedback.
Exactly.
Because nowadays, if something negative, then you go online, you hear about it, and all of a sudden people aren't going to want to show up.
Right. And one thing we are going to have at this event is some true corporations that deal with human resource issues every day. And I think even as a small business owner, we might not see it every single day, but we still see it over time. These people in these human resources director positions, they see it and live it every single day. So we want to hear from them, you know, and we want to kind of see what they live through and how they can help us to be a better employer and to retain these employees.
What corporations are you going to have?
Well, right now, that's going to be handled through SCORE. And if you're familiar with SCORE, it's the retirement of corporation executives.
Okay.
And that's what they do. And after they retire, they bring back to the community some things that they can help them like this.
Right.
So we're going to have some people there. I don't know exactly who's going to show up from SCORE quite yet, but we'll have some executives that have been there, done that they can share some of their ideas with us.
So you call SCORE and say, we're having this event, and I would like corporation executives who are retired to come and talk.
That is
You don't
correct.
know who's going to come before they show up?
Well,
or you do know?
well, because of the taping, we're a little early for the
Right.
taping on this. Sometimes, you know, we're getting those in a row. I mean, we know who our labor attorney will be, Michael Bush, and also we'll know that SLU's involved. But as far as who the HR people are,
Right.
we don't know quite yet, but obviously it's going to be very helpful to the community.
And you say you have about 50 people that usually show up, or what's?
Usually we have 50 to like 100 people that will show up for an event like this. So again, we're here today to talk to the public.
And it's free.
Register free. Again, if you in any type of employee management position, or if you just want to learn a little bit on the other side, you're more than welcome to show up. Again, I think anything that comes out of this workshop will be very helpful for your type of business that you're in. It doesn't matter what type of business it is.
Right.
If you manage employees in any way, this is going to be a workshop for you.
Now, do you have the participants in the workshop come back, and say in a month or two, and say, okay, hopefully you've implemented some of the things you learned at the workshop. Tell us how it came about.
Well,
Tell us what you learned from it.
Right.
What
One
happened.
good thing is everybody that's going to participate in this workshop will be there to talk to you after the workshop, one-on-one. That way they can communicate with you through email or through the telephone call of maybe what was helpful, what didn't work, what type of issues you have, and after you go ahead and
Implement
you're going to implement
Right.
and how can we help you a little bit further. So that's what's so great about SCORE and SLU. I mean, these guys really want to grow the base and the business base in the community, and they have a lot of knowledge on doing this.
So people that come to this workshop, if they have a question, can they call Larry and say, look, Larry, I have a question about something we talked about at the workshop. Can you put me in touch with the gentleman who talked?
Absolutely, positively. And again, those people will be there after the event, and they'll have their business cards, and that's what you want to collect, of course.
Yeah.
And that way you can have a little bit of that contact with them.
Okay, great. All right, so we got to wrap this baby up. What's the date again?
Okay, Thursday, September 21st.
Where?
It's going to be at the Bogafalaya Hall at the Greater Covington Center, right next to City Hall in Covington.
Okay.
And again, covla.com. You want to go to the website, it's a city website. You want to go to events, click on it, and there you go. You're going to be registered. We would love to have you. I want to thank the CBA, which is the Covington Business Association. They're a great partner with all these workshops. They're going to have refreshments there for everyone. So again, this is a free event. Please come out and see us.
And 8 o'clock's registration. 8:30 is when it'll start.
We're going to get started because we know as business owners out there and managers, you need to get back to your job. So we want to hopefully get a lot done in a few hours.
Now, is there a phone number, or no, they just do everything online?
Everything's going to be online.
Okay.
It's going to be easy. You want to click on it. You want to read about it. We have a flyer. Hopefully, they'll show it during this show. We have a flyer that's also on the website. So again, we just want people to register, and we'll hope to see you on the 21st.
And you do this once a year?
We try to do it once a year. Again, this is our 7th since 2011, so we're very proud of that.
Thank you, Larry.
Thank you. We appreciate everything you do.
Come back anytime.
You got it. Thank you, sir.
We'll be back with our next guest. So don't forget, September 21st, be there. And come back in a few minutes for our next guest. Thank you.